In memory of Moonbrita. As Moonbrita was a native of Charlian, I feel it only fitting that we gather before the mark of the scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? It is a monument found at Rathfrost and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul, and bid her in a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Okay, where is it though? Okay, it's all the way over there. Okay, we'll just leave here and fly there. Luckily, it's nearby. Shit, dude. I felt my heart hurt. My heart hurt. Didn't get me. I didn't cry or anything, but definitely was pulling at my heartstrings. I will say that. Shit, dude. There it is right here. Where are we supposed to sit though? Right here, there we go.
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price.
We're at a funeral. It's not time. I'm not gonna comment on Mephilia.
But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it.
True.
And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
Did they not just notice the little dragon that was right next to me that teleported in and teleported out of existence? Like, obviously they probably couldn't hear him because he was probably talking in my head. But still, that was a straight up dragon that appeared next to me. They're not going to comment or notice that? That was a full on dragon. Okay. I think after we turn this quest in, that's when we have to do Crystal Tower. Though we have said our farewells, the path of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, as antecedents, it is my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet, I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Bella? It is as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisoix, Moonbrita, our friends at the Waking Sands. The spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need remind you of this, of course. It is for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reformation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like the collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Bella. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. A victory won, a comrade lost. To honor the fallen, the living forge ever on, towards the light of a new day. Fuck off, Puff Eve. We're mourning here. Yeah, Puff Eve, I'm gonna deny you just because you fucking did that. Oh, we can continue. I thought we had to do Crystal Tower. Oh, maybe we have to do Crystal Tower before we start Stormblood. Mask of Grief. Have you a moment, Bella? I believe Yida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbrita's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. I got you, Yida. Where are you at, my girl? There you are. Hey, it's Bella. Great. Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? Thing is, I know Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. Trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I can't just face it at the moment, so I was wondering, do you think you could just maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. I got you, girl. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you in the daisy at Wrathfrost. I got you, girl. You're all good. You're in mourning, I understand. I understand. That's right. We're gonna slam the slime. We're gonna hide the slime head for now. For now. Rowena, we got money for you for a flower. Hey, Rowena. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket up to trade? Huh? You've got to run an you running errands now? Them Scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Send the savior of Eorzea to the bleeding market. Fine, use your time, that is. Seriously though, you'd best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking about the Chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it that you were here to pick up? The Moon Daisy, was it? Here then, take it. And tell that Yida lass that I've got a wide selection of headgear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. Gods know she needs to. Thanks, Rowena. You're so kind. Yeah, let's go meet Yida back down at the Stone Tablet Memorial Ground. I think I look good. Honestly, I think my character looks good. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any better gear at all yet. It is item level 115 though. We could probably afford some now with our tombstones. We probably should too. Just a few pieces at least. Haida. Ugh, Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take a no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it is again, and then again, and then again, and again, and again, and it drives me crazy. Oh, what I mean to say is I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Oh, there we go. Moonbrita loved these things, you know? I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Oh, here we go. Dragon time. It just has to be the worst time when everyone's in mourning. Now the dragons invade. Now the dragons invade.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Oh, God. It's always the worst times, isn't it? Be the Rising Stones, I guess. Come on, Vu. Let's get a move on. Okay, what do we got? What do we got off of now? What do we got? We're in mourning. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbrita's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Kortharas will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. What do you got for us? What do you got for us? The envoy is here. Oh, it's Lucia. Lucia. I thank you for receiving me at such a short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forego the usual pleasantries if I may. Certainly. You come with news of Dravanians? Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Samric himself sallied forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks, thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Aymeric would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well, I shall depart for Korthoros at once. I must warn you, however, the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such contingencies I mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known to sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Really? You want their help after you denied helping them how many times now? You're begging for their help? I would be gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf. I dare not promise a favorable reply. Yeah, exactly. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does not receive a favorable answer, note that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emeric's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to the final request. A personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard Zomar and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of a hero well. Would seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Bella. I got you all for now. Well, we're going to Camp Dragonhead, I guess. Well, here we go. Get fucked. Oh no. Ice Heart. This motherfucker again.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
What is she doing? Oh, great. There's like a force field barrier around it, right? Is that what that is?
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Oh, great. No, sorry, she took the barrier down. That's what she did. Oh, great. Well, the Camp Dragonhead we go. Oh, great. Huh. It seems I was the swifter Bella. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare. But our host has yet to make an appearance. Murmurings about the camp tells of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord's commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's go check out the bridge. What's happening at the bridge? The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. When I laid eyes on the Lady Iceheart, I felt my marrow freeze within my bones. Heretic scum, how dare they meddle in our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. Off now, place looks fucked. Morale is low. It would seem the heretics struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. You've learned of the heretics' treachery? Lady Iceheart had led a force of her followers against our defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Emmerich awaits you. I mean, hey, if he was on time, we wouldn't have had to come over here, would we? He asked for our help, and he was the late one. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Haurchefant will know where Sir Aymeric means to receive us. Our boy, Lord Haurchefant. Lord Haurchefant, we are here. Haurchefant. It is reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to seek my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat you in the intercessory. It's just around the corner. Greetings, madame. Shall I show you inside? Yes, you can. Same, Rick. I thank you for coming with such haste. Apology for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstance, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master, for now, I think it more prudent than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and steward of mine, Estinian. That's Harshaphon. What do you mean Estinian? Estinian. Look at this boy. Estinian. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? Impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So you are the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great Wyrms. His name features prominently in our nation's history. Though once defeated by the hero of Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Kotharas since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many of the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him.
My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancour.
The eye itself is secretly deep within the vault. It is kept under the heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics. The dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravonian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Though the endless march of years the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the Great Wyrms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to waken and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength and for us to bolster our defenses. Now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain, though we know the heretics covet the eye, we have yet unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged holes their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. The weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. It would seem you have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander. Yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much is expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. True, though. The Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon. You refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? True, though. I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider that what we follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Kel'Thras would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garlean's arrival, that is, for you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kel'Thras. They would not even have to draw steel. True. Yeah, they could just pluck it out like it was nothing. Imperial province sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells. Very well, we will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great wyvern may have shaken the firmament, but we of the Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Aymeric. Though the power of the eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my facilities, I assure you, and the eye itself is in no relevance to his tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. And the worm who roared was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danifin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Shiza, dude. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us with an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Aymeric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Committed to the cause. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our appointment to the antecedents. To the Rising Stones! Off we go! Okay. Let's talk to Minfilia. Minfilia, we got some news and we gotta figure this shit out because it's only a matter of time before these dragons are at the doors. I figure this stuff out. He's not talking.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Okay, before we continue this, I'm gonna have to take a break. Casey needs to call about something. It's an emergency, so I will be right back. We can then.
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war.
Yeah, it's true.
But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go.
Let's fuck them up. Let's fuck up some dragons.
The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Yeah, I don't trust shit. I'm with Royal. I don't trust this shit, dude. Something sketchy going on in the Crystal Braves. I don't trust it. Volunteer Dragoneers. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant us support is I leave off now. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Reven's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Kothras. It is not imaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Brave belief Slaffborn brief sophomore on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared to aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions only prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest you have Taru accompany you. She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. That I'm not going to get into because technically by contract I'm not allowed to. Anyways, let's continue this. Press accepted. There we go. It's just a bunch of dumb work drama stuff that's stressing Casey out, essentially, which I understand because it has certain repercussions that could very much affect her and my jobs, essentially. So it's very stressful. Anyway, Tataru. Hello, Tataru. We are rather close to Kotheros, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh. And we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Bella. I have 101 things to discuss with Sophomore. Sophomore, my boy, we're coming. My boy, Sophomore. So sunny. Oh my goodness.
I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Kotheros, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also need to see about finding room for an infirmary as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I will return the favor. But for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die in Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at the siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf. Then you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your calls to arms.
Like Tataru? Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Okay, what do we got? You, accomplished adventurer. Hello, accomplished adventurer. Help us, please. Well, fuck you. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I am not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Well, thank you. Hey, Royal. Royal. Hello, Royal. What do you got for me? Israel. Ishgard sounds like she's in the right mess, but that ain't what I want to talk to ye about. I need you to cast your mind back to the scuffle with the Empire back in processing plants. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilfred was there with the Fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since, have you? Gods damn it. I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. Like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. Is he a traitor? Because I remember seeing him. I talked to him. You know, I mean, he doesn't seem like a traitor. He was a good guy. But ain't all. Around the time Wilred stops turning up for a duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Uldar. Oh, maybe he is evil. Fuck. So now, of course, half the braves expect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's more of a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is a vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. and the steady pay. Now, compared to the most others in this crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, bleeding whelp amongst wolves. Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody meant it. A lad like him would have robbed us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, and it's just between you and me, mind, there's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' number not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail, and I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me a good eye it ain't young Wilred. And he wrote, "You've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Bella." Yeah, I think it's Ilbert, I'm gonna be honest. I genuinely think it might be Ilbert. It's either Ilbert or Yu Hase. One of the two. It has to be. I feel like it's one of the two of them. But Ilbert's more suspicious. To Ishgard seeks sell swords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. Ah, but I have pledged myself to the God Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do? Well, at least he thought about it, but you know, if he's made oath already, it's kind of hard to have him help. Selling me blade to the Ishgardians? Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk, he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. Hey, we got someone. We did get someone. Last person's right over here. Somewhere. In here? In here. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claimed the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. It was to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddle behind an icy wall. Well, I mean, at least he has a very solid purpose to deny, to be honest. I don't blame that guy. Ataru.
There you are, Bella. So, did you sway any hearts? One or two, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4. Not including Slothborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the land, but I'd say one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clanky knights at least.
True, though.
Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been a word from Alpha now. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are conveying an Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight, and they've requested your presence as usual. Anyway, you best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alpha now says he would meet you at the Royal Promenade.
Okay, let's go to Ul'dah then. You Ul'dah! Oh, information. To the Royal Promenade. Okay, and we're going to the Chamber of Rule. Ba-da-da-da-da. Alfred and out. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I had hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obligated to attend. The alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we? Let's do it.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Brave's intervention.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
Thank you.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Teleji Adeleji and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
They make up that's a very good point.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No, because Alpha, now that's not what's happening. If they leave, okay, you got the fucking Teledi that fucker, the fucking Lalafell fucker. Yeah, well, he would immediately go and take over while they're gone. He's already tried once.
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Exactly.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Exactly. Lucky you're
Would
getting
that
that.
we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords?
Yes.
Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
Hey, what about when that fellow man fails to aid us? I'm on their side. Fuck Ishgard,
my
dude.
My duty is to my country and my people.
Mm-hmm. They already agreed that each of them were going to give you a handful of people. That's more than you can ask for, especially when Ishgard essentially said fuck you to them multiple times when asking for help.
If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Mm-hmm. I'm totally on their side.
Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest.
Mm-hmm.
If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
I'm agreeing with their Alpha now, to be honest.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again.
Mm-hmm. I'm totally on their
If
side.
I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard.
But the Brass Blades are under payment by Teledialeji, which would compromise the entire place.
Your Grace?
Why not better yet send the Brass Blades out there and keep your force here?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Oh, Nanamo. Yeah, our Aban knows something's up. Oh, Nanamo.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Oh, Nanamo. We know what's up. Raban's the only leader that doesn't know what's up with Nanamo. I feel so bad for him. I genuinely feel so bad for Raban. He's always the fucking he always has the shit end of the stick. Every time. Every time. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission to of unestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Harshaphon and Sir Emmerich to their fates. We must abide by the Council's decision. As short-sighted as it is strive to fulfill our roles as the Eorzean's guardians. You say short-sighted, but I totally agree with them. Fuck if I was one of them, I'd say fuck Ishgard too. They asked for their help for, like, there was 2 basic apocalypses that were happening. They asked for help from Ishgard twice. And Ishgard said no. Both times. I would not help them. Captain Ilberd, what news? The assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. May the cannons man the cannons alongside the knights and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I'm able. Bella, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marcellian at the Gate of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you'll be needed most. May the gods grant us victory. Let's do it. Go kick some ass. Let's go kick some ass. Let's go kick some ass. Big booty. Big booty. So nice. Look how sunny it is. Oh my gosh. You are the appointed captain of the Sellsword contingent? Then welcome. There's no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I have assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the Steps of Faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once the advanced skirmishes are slain. Gotcha. Let's go kill some dragons. Bring it. Fucking bring it. That's a bunch of corpses. Oh no, there are Crystal Braves that are dead. My people. Haha, you die. You die. More. More. Oh, back we go. No, we gotta go to the other side now. I forgot, yeah, we gotta go to the other side. On that mountain over there. What's up, fuckers? What's strong attack? More. I want to see what happens when I fill this red blade up. I've never seen it filled up before. More. The Horde Commander. A full red blade. It's filled up, but it's not gonna do anything because we don't have the proper skills to do anything. So does this stack? Because my proficient next weapon skill is increased by 50%, which means the damage increased by 50%. If I do like my big attack with it, would that mean that my big attack does 50% more damage? So that's awesome. That's crazy cool. I think that is what it is. So I should be stacking this with my with this one right here. Not the bleed obviously, but the big attack. We're back. What news, adventure? The reinforcements? Decimated, you say? Dravanian devils, damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in battle to come. Steps of Faith. The Steps of Faith. Ere you commit yourselves to the siege, you should know that what it is that you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the Steps of Faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Daffin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, the thrice damned witch, Iceheart, stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus the dragons are now able to land unhindered upon the Steps of Faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. And all now rests on us, adventurer. Lead your comrades out to the Steps of Faith and prepare to meet the Horde. May the fury guide your blades. I got you, buddy. The Steps of Faith.